Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel Intuitive Rose. Hope this video finds you well and you're in good spirits. This is going to be a general reading for the month of February 2020. This is for the collective, so the messages may or may not resonate. Hopefully there is some guidance or a message in here that will be of value, but please always use your own discernment to decide whether the messages are for you, and use your own intuition when making decisions based off any guidance that is given today. I meditated earlier with regards to the general theme for the month. The way I'm doing my spreads is I will pull a chakra card which will highlight the theme of the month with a clarifying card, and that will kind of give me the general flavour of what the overarching theme is going to be throughout that month. And then the cards at the top will be from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. So this will just discuss what potential energies may come up in the month of February. It's also clarified by a Rider-Waite card as well, just to give us a bit of an extended view on the energy. Okay, so to begin with, we can, if I pull the card to find out what the theme is in the overview of the month. So we have truth, clarified by the Hanged Man. Okay. So what I'm getting for this is like the Justice card in the Rider-Waite, with the scales of justice. So the fire element and the water element in here, and what I'm picking up on here, if you have too much fire, obviously as in like a bushfire, there's no way the water can extinguish it. So what I'm feeling here is there's some kind of imbalance throughout the month of February, or there's a situation that you need to balance out, and maybe look at the different facets of the situation. It could be that it's quite a dark energy, this, that I'm picking up. So I don't know whether you've had some disagreement with someone in your life, or it could be just there's some internal conflict going on, where you feel it's kind of a bit of cognitive dissonance. So your current reality may not necessarily match up to what you envisage your life to be at this moment in time. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but I'm also picking up like this feels like a bit of a crossroads as well. So maybe there's a decision that needs to be made. You can see this card. That's really being quite a difficult decision to make. It could involve letting someone down, or moving away from someone, or moving away from a job. But you're finding it hard to balance your emotions and your mental thought process. Or it could be that you're needing to basically be a little bit more open and truthful over how you feel about someone. Truth also stands for, well, the 2 and the 3 also deduces to a 5. So this revelation that may be from your own internal reflection or introspection, or it could be that you're expressing a truth to someone, is going to involve massive change in your life or a transformation. 5 stands for the need to change things up. It's also clarified by the Hanged Man. If you see this card, The Hangman talks about a person, an individual who's willing to hang upside down to look at the situation from a different viewpoint and perspective. Obviously, if you were hung upside down, everything would look completely different. Everything is obviously, and also your head hurts if you've ever been upside down for a long period of time. It's quite uncomfortable. So there's a message here to just say that this might be an uncomfortable period in the month where you may need to do some really deep, may need to do a deep dive and figure out what truth you need to express or what is the truth to you, and whether this situation is adding to you or draining you. I'm just guided to read from the actual book with this one because I think there's a bit more of a message in this. So this is the cards here are the chakra reading cards by Rochelle Charman, and number 23, truth, is actually from the throat chakra. So there's something that you need to express verbally to someone, or to even, you maybe need to admit it to yourself. But the truth card says, you have called this card into your awareness today as a reminder that the divine truth of the universe is pulsing through you at all times. There is a truth in each moment. However, the challenge is to unravel this truth and understand what it means to you. Everyone has their own perception of the truth, their own personal understanding, and it is not always going to be the same as yours, which is clarified by the Hangman, which is looking at changing the perspective that, not everyone's going to think the way you do. It is time to trust and believe in yourself and connect, follow and express the truth that resonates deeply in your heart. You are constantly being guided to listen to the truth of your soul, and now it is time to truly believe and action this truth. You could be feeling confused due to taking on someone else's point of view or their personal truth regarding a situation. Now you are being encouraged to reassess their view and find the truth that resonates for you. As the saying goes, the truth will set you free. Once you share your truth, you will definitely feel a lot lighter and more at peace. You may be holding back the truth from someone to avoid hurting their feelings. It is now time to open up and be honest with yourself and this person and find a way to share your truth in a calm and loving way. It is very important that you share from your heart and honour how you feel, so you are not swayed by how the other person receives your truth or how they react. Know that you are being supported at this time as you shine more truth into your life. So yeah, there may be a situation here where you do need to, with someone, a family member or someone. It could be anyone, it could be a friend, it could be a significant other, where there is just kind of some kind of imbalance or a perception. The way you view a certain situation or a viewpoint may not be on the same, may not be on the same wavelength, but maybe you've held back on saying how you truly believe, what you truly think about the situation or what you truly think about them. But this is guidance here today to say that you need to express, you need to be brave and courageous and express your truth. Okay. So we'll move on to the tarot cards. So at the beginning of the month, we have the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands, upright, generally talks about being defensive. It's basically, there's orange here as well, so it correlates to the sacral chakra, and there's a bit of yellow as well, so it could be the solar plexus. So sacral talks about the creative flow, allowing yourself to express creatively. Also, it talks about sex, it also talks about sex and fertility. Something that's really important to you that you want to bring to the surface. Solar plexus talks about kind of deep-rooted emotions. That's something that's really, and the one suit is also about passion and taking action. So it could be that you want to express your creativity, you want to stop putting on this kind of facade to people, and you want to completely 100% express what your authenticity is and your truth. And it could be in a creative way. You might have some kind of passion that you've been putting off, or a truth that you've not been expressing, that's been buried deep within. The fact that it's reversed, this card, also makes me feel that you have been avoiding really expressing your true self, and maybe you've been avoiding taking action. The one suite also talks about is action orientated, so there's been kind of a delay in you taking action. It could be a delay in you expressing who you really are, or sharing your creativity to someone, or to the world. But there's a message in here that you need to be extremely clear and confident in the way you are as a person, what you want to express into the world, who you want, the King of Swords is basically someone who suffers no fools. He is expressing his truth. He is very clear and concise over what he feels. He doesn't take other opinions into consideration. Well, he does, but he doesn't really allow that to affect what he thinks. He's bold and direct. Some people find this energy quite intimidating. However, I just think that's someone who is sure of themselves, stands in their truth, and pays no apologies. So there's a message in here to say it's time to get, to just cut out the BS, stop pretending, or not pretending, so stop being someone that you're not. It's time to express who you really are with no apology. The second card is the Ten of Cups in reverse, and it's actually clarified by the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So you've been procrastinating over a decision. The Two of Pentacles talks about a decision in the material world, so it could be that it's something that you can touch, feel. So it could be that it is with it being the Ten of Cups, it could be something to do with your home, or your relationship, your family, your career, your work. Maybe this is about you being unsure about what your Ten of Cups actually is, and you kind of can't make that decision. If we look at this, he's trying to juggle two things. So maybe it could be that you want to just concentrate on your Ten of Cups, but by not expressing your creativity, or not expressing your truth, or not sharing it with the world, it's giving you some kind of conflict over taking action. You may need to do some time, you may need to do some hermit kind of meditation, hermit mode, reflection, go inside and figure out what your Ten of Cups is to you. So kind of in the second part of the month, there is going to be some kind of toing and froing in terms of what your Ten of Cups means to you. The Ten of Cups is the ideal life that you want to have. What's your vision? You may have an idea, but maybe throughout the month of February that might change, or something comes into the forefront of your mind that maybe changes what your Ten of Cups is. You may be in a situation where you're working at a job that you don't want to do, and you know that that's not going to give you the Ten of Cups happiness. You may be with someone, a significant other, that you know that's not going to give you the Ten of Cups happiness, or your ideal life. You may be currently dealing with certain family members that you know that are not going to be able to move forward with you to create this Ten of Cups life. So these are a few things that could play out. On the third card energy, we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is a new view, a new piece of clarity that comes to you. If you look at this particular card, it's like almost in a prison. It's caged up. There's also a lot of blue in this, so it also correlates to the throat chakra. So it's something that comes, and also the aces are something that's kind of universally orchestrated. So the universe wants to give you something, a new way of thinking, a new way of a new perspective on your situation and on your life. So it could come to you it could come to you at any point in the month of February, and you just start to realise something that you never realised before, that potentially, you know, what you were looking for before or what you wanted might shift in some way. It's actually clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Now the Eight of Pentacles, and it's in reverse, so the Eight of Pentacles talks about mastering your craft. So it could be that you shift the way shift something to do with your work, or you might decide that you want to stop working on something that you've been working quite hard on. You may have like a shift in or an idea to do something slightly different, or utilise your gifts and talents, but kind of work in a different way, or express your craft or skills or talent in a different way. It could be that you've decided that you don't want to work in the same way that you're working now, and that there's something that comes to you in the month of February, a new idea or a new pursuit that you want to embark on. So just watch out for that. And then we end the reading with the Fountain card, which is actually a card unique to the Fountain Tarot that I use, and it talks about infinite wisdom. So maybe part of your truth is that maybe part of your kind of new clarity or your new perspective is that you realise that you create your reality, and you realise that you have infinite wisdom at your fingertips. At any point you can draw on your you may have, it's quite a spiritual card this, so you may have connection to the spiritual realm, and you may have insights that other people don't necessarily have that you can express to the world. Let me just read this card to you, because it might help guide you through this this month. So the Fountain card is all about just being. The fountain exists outside and beyond the cycles of birth, death, time and form. It is the nameless, changeless source of which everything is a part. It is the waking from the dream of separateness and identity, and the recognition of oneself as not only connected to all things, but all things divine nature. When the fountain appears in your reading, relinquish all illusion of control and remain quiet. It invites you to observe, master less, and to just be, effortless and indistinguishable from life. You are the voice and the breath of the universe. So basically, there's a message in here to surrender to that which you are now. So you're already maybe you're coming to the end of your seeking. We're all truth seekers. We're all on a spiritual journey. You know, I do believe that we're put on this earth, and we all have talents, and it's your soul mission to uncover those talents and share them with the world. So maybe this is the month where you step into your power and express your truth to the world, and just have that inner knowing that you're completely divinely guided, and it's part of your journey to express your wisdom and fountain of knowledge, which is also the fountain of truth, to the world. It is clarified by the Five of Cups. So what this is telling me is that the Five of Cups talks about looking back over the losses and not concentrating on you know, the skills that you've already got or the wisdom that you've already acquired. And for me, the fact that this is clarified by the Five of Cups is maybe a kind of a warning, or not a warning, but kind of some advice here from the universe to say, you may still struggle to believe that you are this infinite divine being, or your kind of primordial monkey mind, where you've got these deep rooted wounds or kind of past cellular memories. They may come up and kind of distort your perception. So you may need to just be aware that you may need to do some work on kind of, you know, when you're feeling this kind of loss, or you do get those moments of sadness, or something comes up in your memory where you still feel a bit defeated, to just remember that you're guided infinitely by the universe, and that as long as you just keep coming back to your truth, you will stabilize your emotions, and you'll be able to move forward positively. The reason why I also say that there's going to be some kind of maybe difficult energy to navigate is the Nine of Swords was at the bottom of the deck when I pulled all of these cards. So this month there may be some battling in the mind space regarding this clarity that comes to you. You may be going back and forth deciding whether to speak the truth or express your new talents, or it could be that you still feel that you need to work in the same way, or you need to work the job that you're still doing, or you're worried about how this is going to come into fruition. So just take some care throughout the month of February to come back to yourself, meditate, do the things that you enjoy doing, interact with people, make sure you have fun. When you're up in your headspace, it's always important to just ground yourself and pull back to the present. When you're thinking in your mind, you're either thinking about the past or you're thinking about the future. You're not present. So straight away, a technique that you can use is just start to touch your hand, or to touch your the surface of the table. Bring your awareness into the 3D, into the physical. And I know this may sound a bit silly to some people, but if you start to say table, crystal, and feel the texture, that will immediately put you back into the present, until that kind of subsides, that mental kind of anguish, or that like self-sabotaging thought process. Or just get up and change your energy. So if you're in bed, get up out of bed, go outside, move your body, start to dance, or just clap your hands. If you clap your hands, that immediately changes your energy and your vibration. So these are some techniques that you can use if you find it's difficult, you know, at some points in the month of February. I'm just going to end the reading with some positive messages to see if there's any advice that Spirit can give you to navigate these energies. Okay, so can we get two messages for Pisces for the month of February, to see if there's anything that they can utilise or help throughout the month? Can we have one more, please? One more, please. One more. Can we get one more? I like to wait till they drop away. That's how I do the tarot or any of my cards. I don't like to pick them for some reason. I feel it's more authentic that way, but doesn't want to give me one. One more, please. Oh, too many. Don't think it wants to give another one. Right, this landed here on its own, so I'm going to use that one. And it kind of spoke to me when I looked at it, so I think we'll use these two. So we have, what would I do if I had enough time? What do I do when I have time? So there's a message here to say that you need to concentrate on your creative skills, or you need to concentrate on what sets your soul alight. What do you get lost in where time? A good thing to find what your passion is, because a lot of people don't necessarily know what their passion is or what they enjoy doing, because they're so involved in the kind of matrix of the kind of treadmill of life, and just, you know, the duties and responsibilities of family and then work, that they forget to do things that they enjoy, or they kind of put aside the passions and think, oh well, when I get this money, or when I get that, or when I get that job, I'll be able to spend more time here, but that never comes. So there's advice here to say it's important now to make sure that you know what your passions are, and it's a word of encouragement to find what really sets your soul alight, which is what I just said. But an idea is to just do things, and then find those activities where time just kind of goes, and then you know that's just something that you could do all day, every day. So there's a message there. And also, what am I thankful for today? So another way of getting out of this kind of difficult energy, or when you're procrastinating, or when you're in your headspace and you're just getting frustrated, is gratitude. Obviously it's quite well known that if you are grateful for things, you put your mind, it's kind of setting your mindset up for success, and it's basically if you believe in like law of attraction, it's being grateful. If you put out to the world that you're thankful every day, you get back what you give out. So if you do some kind of gratitude journaling, so you could do it in the morning or in the evening just before you go to bed. I mean, you could do it, some people do, gratitude journals, but you could just do before you go to bed, think of 3 things that you're grateful for and thank the universe. Every day, every morning you wake up is a gift. That's the first thankful thing that's the first thing you can be grateful for. There's no guarantees you're going to wake up in the morning. Luckily we have the sun that rises and falls every day, so you could be grateful for that the sun rises and falls every day. You might find it difficult to be grateful, if your life's not in the places that you want it to be, but it's just like the little things, and just practice over time, and then you can start obviously putting your mind in the right space in the morning, and then in the evening. If you go to bed grateful, and if you wake up grateful, then you're setting your day up for a success. If you go to bed worrying and procrastinating, you're not going to sleep, you're going to wake up, you're going to be anxious. So it's a good exercise anyway if you struggle with sleeping. Okay, I think that's all we've got time. That's all I've got time for today. But if you liked, if any of these messages resonated, please like and subscribe. Also, if you want to click the bell on the notifications, I will be putting out monthly card readings. So if this is something that you found useful, then please do that, and it would help the channel. But for now, I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.